Okay, I get asked a lot of questions about my humidifiers for the emerald tree boas and green tree pythons. This is one of my joint cages. It's got a divider in the middle just out of some screen I got at Home Depot. And over there is Merland, my adult male green tree python. And back in the bush there is my adult male Emeraldo, who's an emerald tree boa. Green tree pythons and emerald tree boas pretty much have the same care requirements, so I don't really keep them together because they're separated, but their cages are identical pretty much. There's the humidifier. I used to use the Reptifogger, but after about 6 months they tear up, and I had 3 of them tear up, so I don't recommend the Reptifogger. And all the Reptifogger really is a miniature humidifier. So I just got very smart and saved money and bought humidifiers, regular size. This is a 1-gallon tank here, and this is the Walgreens version. It's made by Sunbeam actually, and it's model number 700. Up here, I'm just going to show you. All you really need to look for in a humidifier is one with a tunnel where the fog comes up. I know you probably can't see that fog. Let me turn out the light and see if that helps. No, that doesn't help. Okay, but the fog is coming up through there pretty steady. And as long as you can find a humidifier with a tunnel, and all you really need is some PVC pipe, and you just kind of get the lengths and divide it however you want it. I have this one divided into 2 so it can go in each side of the cage. And yeah, part of this is scorched. This is just scrap PVC pipe I had. I have a video up if you want to learn how to make the scorched PVC pipe. I do have a video that teaches you how to do that. But anyways, you just get a piece to fit down in the hole. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I have mine hooked up to a timer. Now this timer has got 6 settings that you can program it. I have mine to come on for 2 hours at a time, and then it goes off for 2 hours, then on for 2 hours throughout the day. And then at night, it comes on once for 30 minutes. So, but you can set yours however you want. And there's all kinds of timers out there. That's just a cheap timer from Walmart. It costs like 15 bucks. But you can get timers that've got up to 24 settings if that's what you want. I have part of the top of the cage covered. That's just aluminum foil to kind of help hold the humidity in. But you don't want to seal the cage, because if you don't let air flow, you'll get a lot of mold and bacteria. So you can see that there's plenty of open area here and around. And these doors are actually not airtight. There's little cracks and stuff so they can get more airflow. And you can see the fog coming down through the pipe. And there it is on this side. So, there you go. Gives good humidity. Now, one thing I did want to tell you, that even if you have a humidifier, it is not going to take the place of misting the snakes. I strongly feel that that is very important anyway. A lot of the times they drink water off their body, and it just keeps their skin feeling really nice. I mean, there's humidity in there, but I really believe it helps to go ahead and spray them twice a day. You can get one of these sprayers at almost any garden center or online. And I usually just leave mine in the reptile room, because that the way the water's already room temperature, and I don't have to worry about spraying them with too cold water or too hot water, you know. So we will go ahead, make sure that it's got some air in there that'll help it spray. And I keep mine sprayed on the lowest setting. And we will just mist him. You can't really see the mist, but see, he didn't jump, and he's not wagging his tail like a lot of them will do, because the water is room temperature. So just a couple times a day, that's all you do. You don't want to drown them. And we'll spray Merland. See, I'm spraying him actually, and he's not even flinching because water's comfortable temperature. If your snake starts moving a lot when you spray them, the temperature is not good, just so you know. So there's the humidifier. Showed you how to do that. Now this humidifier's like 6 years old. I don't even know what model number it is anymore, but it still works. And when that old, we're still working. Good sign, you know. Much better than the Reptifogger. Now this is the custom Emerald Tree Boa tank that me and my partner made. And Eden is actually in there with Mercutio now. Emeraldo, Eden, and Mercutio, all three just got out of shed. And a bunch of my other snakes did. I mean, it was a big shedding party all week going on. And you can see the door is not airtight. There's a little crack all the way around it. And that helps keep good airflow. And there's a little crack in the bottom here. And sometimes, you know, excess fog and stuff comes out. It's leaking out just a little bit, but that doesn't hurt anything. And we'll go ahead and open it up. I really like this cage. I love it. I'm going to try to make several more of these and eventually get all my arboreal snakes into one like this. But you can see this is Mercutio, just fresh out of shed, super, super vibrant. He's a big sweetheart. Now I just misted these guys down a few minutes ago, so they're still wet. Look how beautiful he is. Very beautiful. And Eden is back there. She's pretty friendly. She's not trying to bite me, but she's definitely very curious. And I'm still warming her up to me. She's just kind of ducking her head. See, she's not mean. She's not trying to come get me. She just pretty much is like, please leave me alone. I hope that they will breed this season. If a few weeks go by and they don't become friends, then I'm going to alternate her between Emeraldo and Mercutio. But I really hope that she breeds with Mercutio because he is the Amazon basin. He's got the solid white line connected, and they're a lot more expensive snakes than the common emerald tree boas like Eden and Emeraldo are. Nothing wrong with them, of course, but, you know, I really like to get a morph between the two. They make really super cool looking emerald tree boas when you breed the two together. Very high white patterns and everything, so that would be really cool. So I'm hopeful. The other night they were about 2 inches apart, so they were warming up, but during the day she just goes and leaves them. All breeding does take place at night. They have not locked tails as far as I know, but it's still very, very, very early in the season. They can breed all the way to the 1st of spring, so it might take a while to get them mating, but I'm very hopeful. A lot of people ask me what this is back here. This is just a little hanging water bowl, so that way they don't have to go to the floor of the cage to get water. And you can see that fog coming out. And people ask me all the time, I looked in your cage and I didn't see any gauges. Well, one of the reasons is when you get everything set up right and you know what the heat lamps do and everything, and the temperature is consistent for months at a time, you don't really have to keep it in there 24 hours a day. I have several of these little cheapies here from Walmart. It will measure the humidity, so it's 82% humidity, and it's actually 82 degrees right here in the middle of the cage. So she's getting it a little warmer, and him being far away, he's a little cooler. So they can get closer to the heat, or further away on the bottom perch, or over here in the middle perch. So they got plenty of places to go to be comfortable. So I just put those in the cages, just kind of change them around every few days so I can keep up with what's going on in the cages. But yeah, you can get those for like $7 at Walmart. And they usually last for 6 or 7 months, you know. Sometimes if they fall in the water bowl or something, they're gone, but oh well, it didn't cost very much. So there's Eden and Mercutio. And they're about the same size. Now the Amazon basins, like Mercutio, are much larger emerald tree boas. He's a good size for a male. Now if he had been a female, he'd probably be another 1.5 feet bigger. So, yeah. One day I hope to get a female Amazon basin when I can afford that. But I want to get a good one, and so she'll probably be $4,000 or $5,000 if I ever get one. But we will say, can we even see her? We'll say goodbye to little Eden. Petting her there. And goodbye to Mercutio. He's just stunning. He's almost two-tonal. Look, he's got really dark pattern on his back around the white, and then it's almost a lime green. He's just a very awesome looking snake. So, that's some information about the emerald tree boas. I don't really like to do care videos because I don't believe that you can learn everything you need to know in just a video. You really need to do a lot of online research and get the books if you can. You know, a lot of people are like, I don't want to pay $60 for a book on emerald tree boas. Well, if you're going to buy a $300 snake and have $200 or $300 in the cage, you should go ahead and get the book so you can find out that you're doing everything correct, you know. And this is just, you know, I've had so many questions on the humidifiers. And I'd hate for people to keep wasting their money on rectifoggers when there's much cheaper solution. I got these at Walgreens for like $38.99 or something. And I've had these for 7 or 8 months and they're working perfectly, not even slowing down a bit. I mean, it's still producing a massive amount of fog. The doors have been closed and it's almost fogged back up, you know, so just a few minutes that I've been yapping. There's another one. It's routed to the other cages, but goes down to Medusa. And she's sitting back there. I'm not going to get into her cage. It's a little more difficult to get into. So, there's Medusa curled up down there in her little fog machine. You can tell that her cage is super foggy right now. And, so, yeah, everybody's doing great, and the fog machines work really well.